Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Boat Podcast, where we talk about all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the plethora of incoming tokens from OpenSea's Doodles, Kaido. We're going to talk about GameStop back in the news, developing a little Bitcoin treasury strategy. And we're going to talk about Coinbase's absolutely absurd Q4 earnings report. Kicks, GM, third day in a row, third day rocking without the crew, having some fun here. How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm sick of you already, man. Sick of you already. No, it's great, man. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. You must have gotten some flowers. Maybe that's why you're so excited. A little chocolate. But yeah, dude, excited to get into it. A lot of things happening. Crypto's up a little bit, ETH showing almost the most relative strength out of everything. Definitely living up to the meme of that South Park meme where the guy's like, I didn't hear no bell, ETH just hanging on, saying we could still move up. XRP, of course, just decided to go up 11% overnight. Why not?
Yeah, Hyperliquid almost up 11% as well.
Really? That one actually makes sense to me. But also, I'm in my own bubble in life. Yeah, Hyperliquid 27. I was looking at that chart, dude. That's like a textbook. Like, I'm gonna go to $60 chart.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is just up and to the right.
Yeah, you see that? That's a chart you just want a long in life, right there.
Yeah. So maybe go on Hyperliquid and leverage long Hyperliquid. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Earn Hyperliquid for leverage longing the token underneath.
Exactly.
Yeah. Before we get into it, we were actually talking pre-show about blackjack and losing money on tokens. This show is brought to you in partnership by RecTech, and today we're going to play a little blackjack. We're going to do a little blackjack here. We got a $100 wallet for their daily game. Basically, what this platform is, it's daily mini games. Think of it as like your daily Wordle. It takes a couple minutes. You earn XP. You want to stack points. XP is going to be used for future rewards, potentially getting you a allow list for their upcoming mint next week that we'll talk about after we play a little blackjack. Kicks, what should we do here? $100. What should we bet?
25.
25?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to bet 26. So we're going to stay here on showing a 4. We're holding 13. They've got a 4 showing. We're going to stay 14, 21. Oh, okay.
Why are you staying at a 3, dude?
Dude, it's showing 14. That's the book. You play by the book. All right, we'll do 26 again here.
Dude, the book is for bozos, dude. You got to go straight feel. Okay, so what's the book say here? Yeah, I would have stayed.
Are we busted? Had queen 2. They showed a king. We drew
all in 48.
$48. Here we go.
All right.
Queen 3. The same exact scenario.
Hit.
Same exact scenario.
But they're gonna bust us if we hit. Nope.
We busted. 23.
See?
Bust.
That's bullshit, dude. See, you have to see how the universe is trying to fuck with you, right? They give us the Q3 again. Even if we had stayed, would they have busted? They would have gotten that jack, right?
Yeah, they would have busted if they had a 10.
Yeah, so we should have zigged when we zagged.
Yeah.
But dude, I love lighting $100 on fire. That was fun.
Yep. Yeah, so that's fake money, playing the daily games. That's how quick it is. They also have other fun social
That's cool
games.
Though.
Yeah, they've got like a crash out game they do. So these all rotate daily. Big alpha for this though is the mint starts next week, next Tuesday.
Nice.
For this RecTech platform. So essentially it's an open edition mint. Minting gets you into this game. You can mint as many as you want. Each mint is sort of like a profile where you can play. So if you just want to play once per day, earn your rewards, you can mint 1. If you want to do it multiple times, you can mint multiple. Your XP and all of your information with it stick to your pass. It's called a dream pass. So essentially, you could play this game for a while and say, hey, you know what? This isn't for me. And you can sell your Dream Pass with XP on it so that everything you've earned playing the game transfers along with it, a little bit of extra value when you sell it. Or if you're somebody who's flipping on the market, you can take a look out for some of those secondary passes going that have preloaded XP. I've been having a lot of fun playing this every day. I mean, they are one of our partners, but I would think I'd play this regardless. I pop on in the morning. I check out what the game is, play it, takes 2 seconds, earn my XP. And, we've been talking to them and, there's a potential for future ecosystem rewards, if you know what I'm saying. But the general game runs in seasons. Season 1 starts after the mint. The reward for season 1 will be a pudgy penguin to the winner, among other prizes. I think there's also like a nice watch, either a Rolex or an Audemars. They were holding a poll in their Discord to see which one's going to be part of that reward. So season 1 Penguin game, Pudgy Penguins, watch up for grabs. You need these passes to play the game. The pass mints on Tuesday, and then the season 1 starts on February 24th. So basically daily games, earn XP, try to max out your XP to win the season. XP carries over, earns future rewards, tied to your game pass. You maintain all of the value. So we're going to take a look at these. I know a lot of the Bodoggos have allow list to this, and some get it for free after we ran that tournament last week. So check this out, rectech.com. You can follow them at rectech if you want to jump in. Right now it's closed. I know Bodoggos who played before got access to the main dashboard, but you're going to need to mint on Tuesday to get access to this. Big fans of rectech. We've been working with their team for a while. If you didn't know who they were before, they ran Internet Game, 3 seasons of that back in the last bull run. They gave away Bored Apes. They had G Money hosting one of their games before he was doxxed. He was in this like capture suit hosting their game. So team's been around for a while. They've been building. This is their newest product. They're legit, and we're really excited about this mint and then the product going forward. So like I said before, there are prizes for this, but you want to earn XP for future ecosystem rewards. That being said, we've got a lot to talk about today, Kicks. We've got a jam-packed weather report here. We've got a lot to break down, figure out where my bags are up, where my bags are down, what the audience can get into. I'm pretty fired up for a Friday show. Why don't we kick things off right now with the weather report?
I love it. First off, I want to buy Hyperliquid, but I don't want to have to bridge and do all that. You know?
Bridge to Arbitrum? I mean,
no, I have to bridge to Arbitrum, then I have to bridge to fucking Hyperliquid.
No. It's on Arbitrum right now. They don't have a chain yet. You use the Arbitrum
really
DApp use the Hyperliquid DApp on Arbitrum. They're making
about that, bud. You had to deposit into the DApp?
Probably from Arbitrum.
Okay, so what's the difference between that and a bridge? Oh shit, that's the wrong button. It's the same thing. Same, but different. But same. Today is February the 14th. It is a Friday. The majors are up on the day with Bitcoin just shy of 97K, Ethereum at 2,700, and Solana knocking on the door of $200. Over the past 24 hours, we had 2 new major token announcements, with Doodles releasing details and tokenomics for their Dude token. Sorry, females. With 30% of the supply going to the NFT community. Kaido also announced their Kaido token that aims at increasing the efficiency and fairness of the attention economy. Next up, it was a big day for GameStop as they announced that they are considering a Bitcoin treasury strategy. The GME stock has rallied 8% pre-market to just over $28. Finally, Coinbase released their Q4 earnings yesterday, and it smashed. They tallied $2.3 billion in revenue, beating estimates by 23%. Just so happens to be Michael Jordan's number on both of those, $2.3 billion, and beat it by 23%. That seems pretty aligned there. They also recorded $4.40 earnings per share, beating the expected number of $1. The coin stock is up 8% on the news and broke 300 for the first time since December. Great day to be alive if you got some Coinbase stock. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always. Kicks. Lots to talk about today. Really excited. We just talked about Coinbase. Little Michael Jordan numbers there, little LeBron James, depending on how old you are. So I don't know how deep you are into Coinbase right now. I'm seeing like some people on the timeline saying crypto volume in Q4 was wild with the election. It pumped those numbers. This isn't sustainable. Could this be a local top for Coinbase after this earnings report? Counter take being there's an influx of new ETFs coming. Coinbase is one of the number 1 custodians of ETFs.
Yeah, how much do they even make off of that?
I don't know.
Probably not a ton, right?
I don't know.
They're already down in pre-market, dude.
And also like another like kind of bearish take is that relaxed regulation is going to start chipping away at the moat that they have in the United States. If more and more companies can spring up and offer crypto solutions, is that going to chip away at Coinbase's market dominance? So I don't know what your feelings are on Coinbase here. I don't think we have to stay on it too long, but I'm just curious what your thoughts are Do you own any Coinbase stock? Would you be looking to buy it?
Yeah, I owned it because PO forced me to pretty much buy it. He wouldn't stop talking about it.
Are you
I'm
up?
up. I think I'm up. I want to say I bought it like, I don't know, early last year. Honestly, I probably got in around like $200.
Yeah, as long as you didn't buy last month or last cycle, you're probably up on Coinbase stock.
Yeah. I don't think I bought it all the way back in 2023. But like I'm definitely up like a decent percentage. But look at Robinhood, right? Kind of same thing that we saw with Robinhood, right? That chart looks real fucking nice. That's a nice looking chart. That chart's just up. It's just making moves straight up. Looks like it wants to go all-time highs. 56 billion. Robinhood's almost as much as Coinbase. You know, I'm thinking maybe they need to get Coinbase needs to get in the stock game. You know, why not do it all? Plus, you got Robinhood CEO talking about on the investor relations call, talking about some real cool shit. He's talking about tokenizing assets, right? Like all this stuff will be traded digitally, stable coin yield for users, right? I mean, I don't know. That guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about to me.
Yeah, so I'm talking about stable coins, like how they use it behind the scenes for their transactions. I didn't
Kind of badass, right?
Yeah. But
all right,
also,
so I'm up 20% I'm up 32% on my Coinbase. I'll take that.
Hey,
that's not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. In TradFi world, that's excellent.
That's outperformance, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't own any Coinbase. I don't think I'm buying here, but I think that fear that they can't replicate isn't the case. I think that bullish days ahead for Coinbase. Robinhood does seem to be kind of like consensus more upside right now, and I don't know.
Yeah, what about, dude? Here, you want to go for like a little prediction? You think we're gonna get the Hood chain?
Hood chain, okay, I like that.
Just saying.
So they see Coinbase's success, the revenue they're bringing in through Base, and they say, you know what, let me bring Hood in, and we're going to use the same like marketing structure /
they bake in Robinhood into it, so now you can start
trading
stocks.
Yeah,
on chain.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. So does that unlock anything for like boomer retail? Well, not boomer, but like people who were trading stocks on Robinhood. Like, why does that matter for them?
Great question. I don't think it matters.
I don't think it gets easy. I don't think it gets easier for them to trade on chain. I think it only gets harder. So,
like pretty much everybody in the world could buy a stock if they wanted to, unless they like had illegal money or they're in a sanctioned country. So yeah, for people like us, I don't think it's doing too much. But hey, it sounds cool, right?
It does. Tokenized stocks.
Yeah, buddy. Because we're trading them in paper now. You know what I mean? So to be able to digitize the trading of stocks on the blockchain.
Well, the thing, I guess, what it unlocks is you can trade after hours. You can trade outside
True.
Hours for everybody. So
24/7.
Yeah.
You also, instead of just being able to always be able to trade for free on Robinhood, sometimes you may have to pay more in gas to get a transaction through to dump your stock. So there's also that utility. Maybe it kind of takes your finger off the trigger a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not just creating their own L1 in that scenario, and they are doing something a little bit more friendly. Billy says, hello guys. We'll see NFT Paris in live. The guys are in Paris, but they will not be on the show today, at least not that I'm expecting. Next
I
up,
want them here.
Yeah, get out of here, guys. We've got a slew of tokens that are coming up. We talked about OpenSea yesterday. They released details about their C token right at the beginning of the show. And then after the show, Doodles announced their Dude token. They revealed Tokenomics with 30% going to Doodles holders. I've seen a lot of fun memes on this, like talking about like team allocation and like how it works. They're like, okay, well, they say like 50% is going to the community. But it's like 5% company, 17% team. Like team is the company. 10% liquidity fees going to the company. 25% ecosystem fund controlled by the team. So people are
you know how like there's like those like memes where it's like, I just got fired from this job. My like role was to blah 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 blah, right? And like that's the joke, right?
Right.
Like, how funny it would be if there's like someone out there and it's like, yeah, my job is to like basically make allocations look better than they are in crypto. You know what I mean? Like, so we're gonna color code these, make the company really small, really get it low down there. 22%, that's too much for the company. So let's do 17 to the team, 5% to the company. Liquidity, we'll make money off of that, but we can just break that out, maybe drag it over to community. Yeah.
So it's the community is using the liquidity. So
new blood, 8% of that 13% is our wallets.
Yeah, collections that we're
exactly connect collections that we have the biggest holdings in.
Yeah, we've got Larva Lads. We'll
fully unlock those out of the gate. The team will lock, but we're fully unlocking those out of the gate.
Yeah, so interesting things here. I mean, we are joking to an extent, like assuming like malicious intent here. Just when you look at these, you have to be aware of what's going on when they are saying 68% is allocated to the community.
Yeah, I mean, I would dump the shit out of this the second I got it in my wallet, but we're not saying that they're doing shady shit.
Yeah. So looking over at Blur for Doodles, they ran up to a high of 5.4 ETH yesterday, down to 4.47 ETH. I had a poll on X that was asking the question: Is 5.4 the Doodles cycle peak for what they get to? So yes, and then I also want to know what you think that the audience like guessed at what percent.
Depends on whether they own a Doodle or not.
I think I just have a mix of Doodle holders and non-Doodle holders. I don't think.
I'd say, you know, a lot of people like NFTs. I'd say less people said that it was the top.
85% of people out of, I mean, just 34 votes, smaller sample size. 85% say 5.4 ETH is cycle top for Doodles.
If you're a contrarian, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so I mean, maybe an opportunity here. I generally ask these questions to kind of get that data.
Here's the tricky thing, right? If they were second in line, right? So if like Pudgy dropped, right? And then they dropped, right? Maybe they go higher, but like, you know, bronze, third place. I don't know. You know what I mean? Unless they come out with something where they like launch the token with a bang, where it's like, yeah, dude, if you go eat at McDonald's, there's a dude token inside with a kid's Happy Meal. You know what I mean? Or like something like that to really get the people going. Right. Otherwise, it's just like, it just looks like copycatting.
Yeah. I mean, what's tough for me too is like the CEO change from Julian Holguin to Burnt Toast, or is it Burnt Toast? Like he was somebody who was plugged into like the mainstream market, coming from traditional Web2 background, having those connections with like media. And I think that he was probably a big reason why they got like the McDonald's deal, why they were like so integrated with Pharrell and other things. Like I think that we may see Doodles shift more towards like Web3 native, as opposed to being like an IP company that's more mainstream with this switch. But that's just like conjecture and speculation based on that move. But
yeah, but are they just copying other people? You know, Garga fires their Web2 CEO and Doodles does. Pudgy Penguins drops their token, then Doodle does. When's Doodle going to be first?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're the first in McDonald's, right?
Damn right.
Yeah, so interesting. We'll see how this token does. I'm looking at other tokens right now. Anime at 154 million, Pengu at 675. You have to imagine the dude is going to be a fraction of Anime. We also have Jirasan's RDAC redacted token probably coming out before we see this dude token. So that might be a good indicator of like a bottom range for the Doodles token. So we'll see what's happening there. Next token to talk about today, though, is
that Manny's comment. USAID got, so did Doodles momentum.
I missed that one. Oh, yeah, there it is. USAID got, so did Doodles.
Yeah, they lost some of their funding, Manny. That was supporting the floor. That's tough.
Yeah, Doodles on more chains than DeGods. Look at what McDonald's did. Nothing, literally nothing. Next token to talk about, Kaido. Kaido announced their Kaido token officially this morning. They didn't give any tokenomics, and the details were sparse. Essentially, they are looking to use this token to power their InfoFi platform, a term that they coined, to increase the efficiency and quote-unquote fairness of the attention economy. The Kaido token will serve multiple roles, driving market forces, serving as network currency, and enabling community governance. So it looks like it's going to be some sort of like utility token plus governance token when this drops. There have been a lot of moon math done on this token that I would be very happy if these numbers were true. We used to see $100 predictions for yaps. We saw 75, I believe someone quoted here doing some moon math saying if yappers got 15% of supply and it goes to a 1 billion FDV, it would be worth $75 a piece. I think these numbers are all very high. I think when you do this moon math, I think it's like, I think we used to say like half of this, but I think it's like even like closer to a quarter of like where the consensus ends up landing on one of these tokens. I'm interested to see where these land on pre-market. Kicks, are you on Kaido? What do you think of a token here? Does it make sense? And like, can you break down just your overall thoughts on like the ecosystem?
Great question. I have 683 yaps, so if it's worth more than $10 a yap, I'll be thrilled. I think that it's probably worth, I don't care or know what it's worth, but if I get money for connecting my Twitter account and tweeting and not changing my tweeting strategy whatsoever, that's awesome. I'm not like going out of my way trying to like farm it. You know what I mean? If anything, posting moon math about yaps probably is done to get you more yap points, because everybody that's on yap is going to like be like, oh yeah, and engage with it. But I think their product is relatively cool. Like, I think it's like, and they've been around for a while, haven't they? Yaps is just one of their products.
November.
But is Yaps just one of their products of Kaido?
Well, so Kaido is like, it started out as just like a product that you paid money for. That was like a like you got their AI data. So like it was a very expensive like
they were like very B2B, and this is like their B2C version. Exactly. Yeah. I think the whole like InfoFi space is cool. It's sort of like SocialFi in a sense, right? But they're trying to like qualitative, if that makes sense. That like instead of just quantitative on SocialFi, meaning like more likes, like, or more views, you get more. They're trying to take more of a qualitative approach, which is like, what are the people talking about, right? Like, do they have smart followers, right? That stuff is always is very interesting to me, because that like that data is so valuable, right? And like I've talked about before that I think the most valuable source of data in Web3 is the Rickbot. I think they have the most valuable data in crypto Twitter. But I would say that being able to understand the social graph and like who's posting interesting things and maybe who's early to interesting things, I think that's probably the second most valuable data in the crypto space. So I like what they're doing. And if they're going to give me free money, that's great. I have 3 referrers and they've earned me 50 yaps. So great job, everybody underneath me in my multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah, so I have Easy, Nick, and PO as referrals. So I've been cooking on.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you're an inverted triangle.
I have 600 yaps personally, but I have 819 total because I'm getting 10% of.
Oh, nice. You have as many yaps as me. See, that's unfair. I'm way more influential than you. Like, you should see the tweets that I put out. Just the quality of it. You know what the funniest thing was? Could you pull up yours and can you show me your social card?
I'm not important enough to get a social card.
Oh,
yeah. So like, I'm not at that level. I'm an emerging yapper, they say.
Okay, my level, my their website's a little laggy right now. They may be getting slammed, but
oh, is it this one? The social card?
Yeah, it shows like your level of like shit posting versus like talking serious and stuff like that. What I thought was funny is they had me to a T. They were like, this guy's like a 60% shit poster, 40% like real interesting takes. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I mean, farming it, going out of your way farming it. I mean, there's people out there that are farmers and they make plenty of money being farmers. That's not really my strategy, but I think it's cool, man. I'm a fan of Kaido. Once again, like I've come to appreciate data. This sounds dumb because smart people like social media companies have appreciated data since like 2012, right?
Right.
I'm not like new. This isn't like an edgy take, but like I've come to appreciate how significant and influential data and like social reach is in the crypto space. And so I think this product, they can do some cool things with it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely opened my eyes, and I have changed my tweeting style because of it. And I think
that's probably why you have a lot of yaps.
well, I just wasn't tweeting and I wasn't actively engaging with Twitter as
Yeah.
like thoughtfully and on purpose before. So now I'm doing that in a way that I want to build my own Twitter brand, news, a little bit of like sarcasm, shit posting, etc. Not trying to farm yaps, but knowing that if I'm posting good information on the timeline, they're going to pick it up and I'll earn some yaps.
And they haven't made the timeline obnoxious like Portal did. Like
Yeah,
that was obnoxious.
Yeah, it started getting that way, honestly, like where people were like, here's the best way to farm yaps. I'm a smart yapper. If you reply to me, blah, blah, blah. But then they ended up like behind the scenes blacklisting people and like announcing that they're blacklisting people who did things like that. So they are on top of it to keep data clean. And I think one thing that's important with data right now is not like only using it like for media marketing, for social people, but for AI. Like good, clean, like data that's meaningful for AI is super important. It's one of the bigger bottlenecks, I think.
Yes.
So if you
the more I've gotten into AI, exactly.
Yeah.
I've realized like the data is everything.
Yep, exactly. So that's why like I was very big. I'm still holding Cookie from last AI cycle. Like they're the infrastructure program. They're doing something similar in terms of AI mindshare. I like Kaido. It took me a little bit to like fully understand it. And I think a lot of that was like adoption. Like I needed to see it like adoption and talk on the timeline before I like fully dug in and understood it. Like I was part of this early. I minted the NFT and I might have sold their NFT like for the lowest price anyone's ever sold it. It's now up to 9 ETH. I think I sold it for like 2.05 ETH on an offer after minting it. So max pain there. But following it and like I like the platform. Like I said, it's caused me to tweet more and hopefully information that people are finding value from. So that's my 2 cents on Kaido. Be interesting to see when this drops. That's kind of like my next thought here is like, when are these tokens going to drop and when is the optimal time to get these across the line? Right now it's February 14th. I don't think anybody wants to drop a token in summer. I was listening to Modern Market and they basically made that point. It's like, okay, you're either dropping it in the next 2 to 3 months or you're waiting 6 months for it. If you were a company right now, Kix, that was dropping a token in the near future, are you dropping it pre-summer or post-summer?
I think it depends on like my general like roadmap and like what I'm trying to do, but I would do it after summer.
After summer?
Yeah. I would do it September.
They say sell and may go away.
There's also something to be said too about launching when there isn't a ton of other stuff launching and launching at like a lower FTV and then like creating opportunity for there to be bullish price action after the TGE. There is some like, look at like Hyperliquid, right? Like Hyperliquid came out at like 2 or 4, right? And now is at 26, right? And plenty of people that didn't get the airdrop were able to make great trades on secondary, right? And they've created a whole new audience of holders, right? Like I think the like launching it at like what becomes the Pico top price and then the token going down only isn't like great for secondary action. You know what I mean? So like sometimes contrarian stuff is great. Launch it when no one else is launching it and at a price where people are like, man, I actually want to get in, maybe hold this thing instead of all the airdrop people being like, I want to dump.
Hyperliquid is one of the most absurd charts when it launched. Nothing else looked like this in terms of going up, like day one up and then just like a violent run into the first week and then just didn't stop.
Yeah, and they really timed it right because they launched in good market conditions and at an FTV that left some cream on top. I think that's more important maybe than timing. Is like getting it out at a price that secondary people can enjoy, right? Like instead of 90% of the airdrops that we've seen that come out high and then go down only.
I think I agree with you here. Yeah, I mean, September is interesting. I mean, we've generally like seen like cycle runs November, October, November. So you're front running that a little bit after summer. Could go in with that strategy of launching at a more fair FTV and running up, but then you always run into the problem of like you launch in quote unquote bear, your token loses attention, never is able to regain it because attention is like.
I'd hope you'd be able to keep attention if you're like a social fi, info fi company, right?
Kaido, Doodles,
Yeah.
OpenSea. Yeah. Yep. Interesting. Pivoting over, ordinals. Could we have an ordinal season this spring? Things are shaping up to present the opportunity. Two announcements yesterday we saw. One I understand, one I don't understand. The one I do understand is a OMB mint coming just over 10 days from now, February 25th. Black Eye OMBs. This will be the fourth OMB mint coming from Ordinal Maxi Biz. They had the red, then the blue, then the green. Actually, it's a fifth, the yellow, and now this is the black. I think the collection's right around 5K. I'm not sure what the supply is going to be on these. Price point, though, is 0.021 Bitcoin. So if you're doing the math at home, that's roughly $2,000. Allow list for some of the other OMB collections if you have a green or a yellow. Sorry, this is an incorrect news report for me. You get 1 mint. If you have 3 green or 4 yellow, you have 5 mints. If you get 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 red, you get 15 mints. OMB floors up on the news. We saw a sale of a red eye OMB just under 1 Bitcoin this morning. The floor on those is essentially infinity now. I think it's 210 Bitcoin to get a red eye OMB at current prices. So those are basically not for sale. This is the first of 2 announcements I want to talk about. The second one being Taproot Wizards. They made a little bit of an announcement here saying Taproot Wizards are dead. Funeral coming March 2025. So 2 big players in the ordinal space, both making announcements yesterday. Do we see an ordinal season before summer? I don't know what your thoughts are here, Kicks, but I'd love to hear them.
I mean, ordinals are NFTs.
Yep.
Right? Like NFTs aren't hot right now. So, I mean, it would be hard for them to be hot without the rest of NFTs to be hot. Point 1, point 2. Ordinals is like so unbelievably far removed from any sort of retail normie buyer, right? Like the ability for a normie to get onto Solana and start buying and trading things is magnitudes easier than like, I don't even know how to explain to my friend how to get money onto Bitcoin and buy an ordinal. You know what I mean? But it was literally like 5 minutes for him to get on Phantom Wallet, get money on Phantom Wallet and start trading on there. So that friction is massive. And so I think the issue with that is basically how do you get inflows into ordinals? I think it would only come from like crypto Twitter, like people that are like in the trenches per se. So I don't know. I'm not really seeing it here. But maybe.
Gotbound says there are 3,758 Black Eye OMBs array. So that puts the total collection size at 9K. 9K. So they're almost doubling the collection size with these Black Eyes.
Someone said in the chat that this will bring their total amount raised through mints to $30 million.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, for this art, what can you would you expect less?
No. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, these are excellent.
I do like how like unique they are for sure. Like
you see one, you can absolutely just tell. Like Got Bounce is like super recognizable.
Yeah, and I don't know, it like reminds me of like I don't own Milady. I'm not like a fan of that art style, but at least Milady's are like unique and different compared to like, you know, cartoon animal PFPs. So like I like this art. it's like unique, it's creative, it's different, and it's like it stands out as a profile pick. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like I like all those components of it.
Another thing that I
Uh,
like too is, like, you can immediately tell, like, how rich or poor someone is. Like, Got Bounce has yellow eyes, so poor, very bottom of the food chain.
I was gonna say he's rich because it looked cool, but I guess I'm wrong.
But if you have the red eyes, then you're,
What's the last time a red eye is sold?
this morning, 0.99 ETH. Or sorry, 0.99 Bitcoin, not ETH.
0.99 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yep. That sold just a little bit before the show this morning.
Miguel says creative looks like punks made by a 3-year-old. I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? TA says, does Kix even own a Bodago? Yes, I own 2.5 handfuls.
Yeah, so this is the one that sold this morning for almost one full Bitcoin.
There you go. Good for
100 of
that
these
guy.
red eyes out there.
Good for that guy.
Yeah. So interesting. We could see a pump. We also saw the Tapper Wizards announcements. Quantum Cats are basically flat on that. I don't know what that is going to be. That mint's been being teased out forever. Speaking of raising money, they've raised more money just from VC funds.
OP Cat. So that was real. They really raised 30 million.
Yeah, I think that's like not even the first raise they've done.
I mean, it makes sense if it's like a Bitcoin like L2. Like I know there's a lot of people like really trying to make that a thing. Stacks went on a hell of a run this cycle.
Yep. Yep. L2 scalability with Bitcoin. That's when like runes and the mempool got super expensive. Now we're seeing like the mempools like had multiple times in the last month where it's been completely clear. We hadn't seen that.
That's kind of wild to think about.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean people aren't trading Bitcoin, right? Like, or does it? Like if a mempool is clear, does that mean that there was less people that wanted to move Bitcoin around than could have been moved around?
Yeah. So like, yeah, each block has a certain capacity. This block was, I mean, the mempool was cleared at some point because this block wasn't a full
Yeah.
block. You see a couple.
I mean, it makes sense because I mean, more and more of it's on ETFs or on exchanges and stuff like that. Like, how many people are really like on chain moving Bitcoin around?
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
When that is the only way to do it and the only way to get exposure, buy and sell, it makes sense.
It's funny that happens at like the same time that like Ethereum fees are like sub $1. You know, like Gwei is 7.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna look back on this and be like, of course, obviously, this was cycle top. No one was even transacting on chain, and we're gonna be like, ah, man. All right, what else do we got today? We've been firing through these. Talked about tokens, talked about Coinbase, talked about ordinal season. Couple quick hitters today. Coinbase released their Earn SDK, allowing developers to integrate yield into their apps. Jupiter announced token buybacks beginning on Monday. Hashdex crypto ETP begins trading today. Bloomberg analysts predict Litecoin is going to be the first one approved. Eric Balchunas, when asked about the different ETFs, said all the other ETFs are rounding first base. Litecoin is rounding third and coming home. So Litecoin could be the next ETF we get. SEC acknowledged Grayscale and New York Stock Exchange XRP ETFs. They also acknowledge Grayscale's Doge ETF. So we continue to see ETFs funnel in. One thing I want to talk about this morning that's kind of like off base, and I know we talk about Blast all the time, but it's like it became very apparent yesterday when I made a post about Blast's yield program they have on their mobile app that I'm using, that people just don't understand it. And that probably isn't their problem. It's probably like a Blast problem. Essentially, what Blast has done recently, if you haven't been paying attention, they released a mobile app. And this has been months in the making since they had their TGE. They said, hey, we want to build the full stack. We want to have everything on mobile. We want to onboard retail in the mobile. It's the easiest way. It's the future of blockchain. And they released a mobile app with one button on it, essentially, which was an earn program where you deposit your USDB stablecoin on Blast and you earn APY. The way Blast works is you earn native yield if you're just holding tokens, 11% on USD. It comes from MakerDAO's DAI token, essentially. So whatever yield MakerDAO is currently presenting, you earn that natively on Blast. And this is the same DAI is the same protocol stablecoin that other yield protocols use. It's like global, Athena, etc. Everyone uses DAI. So 11% stable yield. And then they have an incentive program when you deposit into this earn Blast Earn app. Essentially, you put your USDB in, and you earn now instead of 11, you earn 13%. You're getting paid out in Blast. So essentially, they're using their Blast as before they were using it as like a incentive to like build on the chain. They were rewarding it in airdrops for users. Now they're just straight up rewarding it for depositing USD. So the yield is coming from Blast, and you can sell your Blast, earn yield. And then they have a Blast Sync is
I don't love that.
Blast into, you can deposit Blast into Earn with your USD, and you get a multiplier. So I have a bunch of USD in there. I have some Blast. I'm earning 22%. I can earn up to 76% if I have more Blast in there up to the cap APY. People are saying like this is the next Luna, etc. This is going to collapse, and I think this is like a marketing issue because really it's just incentivized yield. The base yield's there. It's not like your money is in danger unless there's like a catastrophic chain collapse, which you can say about any blockchain. But people aren't talking about it. I don't see like the Blast team like reaching out and like educating the masses on this. They haven't really talked about the platform at all. I just wanted to get like my 2 cents across because I'm seeing a ton of people like absolutely flooding Blast and this Earn program when really it makes a ton of sense, at least to me, where the yield's coming from and why there isn't risk outside of inherent blockchain failure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's more like if that's like what they're trying to be, as like they're just trying to be like the blockchain that you just idly store money on. Like, okay, yeah, so you can idly store money on it and get yield, but like, how's that bullish for like the blockchain? Like, you know what I mean? You could do all of this in a D app.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think there's more L2s every day. It gets easier to launch a chain every day. I think personally, probably like, did you see like Uniswap launched a chain and it had like 115 million TVL? Like I think Pac-Man has always been like a really good like marketer, like gamified, get people to use your product. But I think just like the wind just came out of the sails on Blast pretty bad. And since Blast has come out, like how many other chains have came out, that are also trying to compete in some way, shape, or form. I think more people have to be like a hyper liquid where it's just like, we have this like key differentiator, right? That's like going to actually get people on and like using what we're using. Right. Like I'd be more bullish on like a pump fund chain than probably every other chain that has launched in the last 9 months.
So Unichain launched 2.3 million TVL. For reference, Blast is at 230 million TVL. Since people were talking about Luna at its peak was $28 billion of TVL.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like they're like, this is gonna be like the next Luna. I was like Luna at least like went like astronomically up in price. You know what I mean? Like you actually like want it to be the next Luna if you own like Blast. Like cool, like it's an unstable Ponzi, but it like goes violently up in price. And I have plenty of opportunities to exit before it all crashes and burns. Like, yeah, I just think it's really tough out there, man. I mean, like once again, like, are you gonna launch a blockchain? Or are you gonna be like the gaming chain? Okay, like who is like Super is trying to be the gaming chain, right? Like, Avalanche has a lot of gaming stuff. Ronin has a lot of gaming stuff, right? Like Zai tried to be the gaming chain.
ROA is launching their F chain coming up too. That's another one.
Yeah, so. I don't know, man. And then if you've looked at like any L2 that's had a token, it's not been a good hold.
Yeah, I mean, at least through the end of last cycle, they haven't recovered. We haven't seen like that alt season pickup where these old tokens of L2s are really recovered.
Yeah, I just remember it like with like Arbitrum in 2023. Like I was trying to long this thing like so many different times. I was trying to long Arbitrum, and they got, and this was like in the above $1 range, and now it's at like 50 cents. And I'm not fudding Arbitrum. I think Arbitrum is great. I think Arbitrum is cool. I just think that like the tokens associated with the L2s have not been great trades.
Yeah, I think a lot look like this.
Yeah. I mean, because it's just a governance token, right? Like, and like, look how like much activity Coinbase has in the L2 space, and they don't even have a token. You know, like it's, I don't know.
I think that might be part of why we're not seeing like a red hot alt season, is because there's just too many options right now, and it's
Yeah,
getting liquidity is being spread thin.
exactly. I mean, that's why Solana has done, relatively like much better. It's been better to like long Solana or long like AVAX, right? Or long BNB. It's better to like long the alt plays than it is to long the L2 plays, because like the L2 play, the upside is if there's a lot of network activity, then the fee capture is good, right? But the fee capture doesn't go back to the token holders of the governance token. So it's just a disjointed play.
Speaking about longing AVAX, their tokens went on a absolute tear yesterday, led by the Wink token. This Wink token pre-sale went live. Taking a look at price action on this, 10 cents right now, $104 million market cap. Went up only after launch to 61 million, accumulated down to 50, now 2x off that 50 million mark, $104 million market cap. They're doing the same thing that every other recent pre-sale on AVAX has done. They created the Wink wall, which is essentially name and shame sellers. We looked at this the other day with I believe it was Ket. So essentially looking at people who have sold and how much they paper handed. Essentially, people who sold this airdrop, who got the max allocation on this, which was like 1 million tokens, looking at that now is like $140,000 worth of this in pre-sale. There's a smaller allocation that's worth about $45,000. So people have been absolutely cooking on these AVAX airdrops. And I think part of it is like the incentivized holding pattern that they have. Like if you held your Ket airdrop, you got like the AI 9000. If you held everything, you got like the Wink. So it's interesting to watch these and seeing like the support that the AVAX Foundation has for these tokens, trying to bring the culture to Avalanche. And then
Wolfie said, I'd be proud to paper hand 140K. I'm with you, Wolfie. I'm also with you. Ebrink didn't mention the pre-sale on the show once. Yeah, I never heard about this thing until it was like the biggest play of the week.
Yeah, I didn't get accepted into this pre-sale. I was not deemed worthy of this pre-sale. So I missed it completely. I pretty much missed out on Avalanche. I hold some Arena token just from the initial airdrop, not a ton. But everything pumped in the ecosystem after Wink dropped. And the one thing about Avalanche is there aren't many tokens. Like I think this list of 10 I have right here is like the 10 that matter on Avalanche. I'm looking at Wink, No Chill, AI 9000, Arena Ket, Cock, Big Joe, Far, AIGG. The Arena token cooked yesterday 45%. This is the SocialFi platform. The holders of this token got some sort of allocation to Wink as well.
That's cool.
So there's a lot of like cross promotional token incentives, which I think is like driving price up for a lot of the Avalanche tokens. This is one that I need to go over there and bridge and start playing around with. I don't know if today's the best day to buy on these massive candles up, but if we do see things cool off, I think getting into some of these tokens might make a ton of sense here.
Why not? Live a little, man.
Yeah. I like the FAR token. This is like one of the launch pads less DEX. This is only up 1% on the day. Had a giga candle though. 50% gain. Yeah, yesterday. I guess so. It's not really up. It's up a little bit more. Just because it just missed the 24-hour cutoff. Yeah, I mean, everything just giga pumped yesterday on Avalanche. So one to keep an eye out for sure. Looking at other tokens today, GameStop tokens across all chains pumped on the GameStop news, of course. Michi is one that caught my eye. A straight meme coin on Solana pumped 35% to 20 million. MLG did well, up 30%. UFD did well, up 25%. Biggest losers, Jailstool, down 32% to 49 million. Rough day for Jailstool. Also, B3, the token that got listed on base on Coinbase day one, down another 27%, 200 million. The test token on Binance, 105 million, down 19%.
Traders market.
Speaking of
Moodang's 28 million. I love it.
Yeah, speaking of Binance, I want to jump over to Broccoli. If we sort all tokens across all chains by volume on the 24-hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of Broccoli round out the top 6 all on BNB Smart Chain for volume. So BNB
Dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Dude.
absolutely leading all chains in DEX volume. The only other token on there is Trump at number 4. The leading token, Broccoli, 142 million market cap. There's one at $23 million market cap. There's one at 11. There's one at 4. So there is massive PvP. What happened yesterday was CZ finally released the name and story and picture of his dog named Broccoli. I got cooked on this on Solana. I was doing well and I got cooked. I kind of want to tell the story here about what my game plan was and what actually happened. So I was waiting for this yesterday, pretty much all like morning, like right in that 10:30 to 11:30 range, when he was like saying he was going to telegraphing he was going to post it. And once he posted it, like 15 tokens went right to migration on BullX. So when I have my BullX up, I just see all these Broccoli tokens. Phil about to graduate. And what I essentially did is I put a one soul snipe order on anyone that was like met like general criteria as fast as possible. And the criteria was Broccoli was the ticker. The name was like somewhat reasonable, like CZ's dog or like Broccoli the dog or like CZ Binance, anything that was like could be the one that gets accepted, because a lot of them are like really poorly done, misspelled. And then I looked at the different statistics on them. So I'll zoom in a little bit here. Insider percentage, dev percentage, etc. Just making sure that nothing looked like absolutely crazy. I felt like with this specific token, it's going to be one that insider allocation might not matter because they're going to be sending it to CZ or Binance. And then that's what happened with the winner. They sent it to Binance. Anyway, fast forward, I have like 5 snipe orders in. Tokens begin to graduate. I'm seeing fails and successes on the different snipes. I'm seeing the tokens populate in my portfolio. And then one I quickly noticed ran like 15x. So I popped over to that one, sold half, made 8 Solana like in 30 seconds. It absolutely tanked, ignored it. The rest of the ones were either even or tanked. And I was like, okay, I just made a great trade. Now let's see like which one's going to be the winner. So then I looked at the graduated column and which tokens were getting volume that like had good distributions, and basically identified the winner here. And I traded this so poorly, like it's unimaginable, like what happened. I bought in on the initial candle. Like when I finally realized it got like a little bit of traction and had the volume, it was going to be the leader. It absolutely dumped, shook me out completely. Started running.
Bye,
Okay,
dude.
this is the winner. Bought again at the at like the Pico top of the next run up, and then completely dumped out. Eventually sold it at like a short loss. Good sell.
At least at least you sold the peak, like you bought the Pico top and then you sold the next Pico top. So like that, I'll give you a lot of applause for here, because I would have sold the absolute bottom. Here's the thing, dude. First of all, it's funny as hell. You're like, okay, dude, like they're launching Broccoli meme coins on BNB. Let me trade the Solana one. So I just absolutely love that. First of all, I just absolutely love that. I respect you for doing that. And it looks like it had pumps. I read on the timeline that like one of the Broccolis that won is like the Nero Cabal, which was another meme coin. And like they're the ones that like launched that one, and they know quote unquote how to vamp tokens, right? So like if there's a narrative, right, or like a thing like this where there's going to be multiple competing tokens, they have a whole strategy on how to make their token the winner. And I got to reading all of that. I'm like, dude, this is such a fucking inside game that's like so rigged against the uninformed person that like I'm not even like bridging money over to participate in that shit, because it's just like I don't have the inside bait. I don't know anyone in the Nero Cabal, so I don't have someone DMing me like, yo, dude, this is the ticker. We're gonna fucking run up to 100 million. So yeah, I'm just not playing that dumb game.
Yeah, I bridged some money over to BNB. I didn't play at all yesterday. I tried to buy the winner at 3 mil, 6 mil, 8 mil, and I couldn't get a transaction to go across on BNB. And now it's at 140. So I identified it. I tried to buy it on BNB as well, but it just their chain was struggling. I think CZ made a tweet about this saying like, all right, well, this was a good stress test. I'm like, stress test? Like, how long is BNB and Binance Smart Chain been out that they need like stress test?
Stress test our meme coin trading capabilities.
So he said, I didn't expect this to be a stress test, But interesting to see the breadth stress test. Lots of new memes created versus a depth stress test. 1 CA with lots of trading activities.
I'm just gonna go out and say I think this guy's fucking sold his account.
You do?
Yeah. What does that mean? Interesting to see the breadth stress test. Lots of new memes created versus a depth stress test. 1 CA with a lot of trading activity. I think everyone was preparing for the latter. Lots to improve on. What does that even fucking mean? I've had so much respect for this guy. I thought this guy was a turbo fucking genius. And he's either fucking just lying to people and acting dumb, or this guy sold his account, dude. Because it's like, this dude like bought in super early to Pancake Swap. Like, he understands how crypto works. He made billions of dollars off of it. He has a blockchain. Like, what are we talking about? A breadth stress test of like lots of new memes created. Because like, what if 7 broccoli tokens get created in a minute? BNB could have crashed. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's like trying to like explain why the chain was ass without.
Was it having problems?
I couldn't get a transaction across. I couldn't.
I mean,
even,
that's
like,
bad.
I couldn't
that's
even
really
get the wallet.
bad.
Like, it wouldn't even get to my wallet. To like, it was like Pancake Swap was like, nah, we're good. Reverted chain.
How the fuck is that worth more than Solana?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, Solana is built like, if anything, I would be like, that's not positive. Like $100 billion market cap chains, like, whoa, that was a tough stress test there. We had one broccoli coin narrative. It's like Solana has 35,000 coins created per day.
Broccoli is what brought down BNB.
Yeah.
I mean, this token absolutely pumped from a local low of 598. It pumped over 700 leading into this meme coin craze. And this one's been one that's been if you bought this last year at this time, it's been roughly a 2x.
Yeah, that's good. Let's go China.
I think there's some other stuff going on with Binance and owning this token, supply control, etc. So I think
didn't they dump all their other crypto and like bought this?
Yeah, I think that's part of what's going on.
That's weird. That's weird to me. That kind of gives me like FTX flashbacks.
Yeah, I think there could be like a black swan this crypto cycle involving Binance. I know you don't know what a black swan is, but maybe you just don't know exactly what collapses. It could be BNB collapse, essentially, with 95 bill market cap just getting erased.
That's actually a black swan. You're the first person in about a month in crypto that I've heard actually define a black swan properly. Yeah. So that's good.
Well, I've been listening to you.
I love you, Ray.
I know how to define it. So
I love you, Ray.
I listen to your yaps on the timeline.
My favorite black swan was definitely Razmir, though. He doesn't have the accurate use of the term, but he has my favorite use of the term.
What was his black swan? I can't remember that video.
I can't remember either, but it was the funniest thing. Like, I died laughing because I actually think that he plays down. I don't think he's a dumb person. I think he does, like, he knows things like troll people, like, no, you can't use that. And so he actually like doubles down on it. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was fucking funny, dude.
And he does such a good job of it. Like, I hate it.
Oh yeah, he's called quantum computing the biggest black swan facing cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Like the most known thing that people have been talking about religiously for like 6 years. That's like, hey, we're gonna need to like upgrade SHA-256 when quantum computing comes out. It's a black swan, guys. Like, this thing could come out of fucking nowhere.
I did see some interesting stuff on that. Like, if whatever upgrade that is necessary to like make Bitcoin quantum resistant requires like opt-in, then you have like Satoshi's tokens at risk.
Yeah. Like, you'd basically, which would be like completely against like the Bitcoin ethos, but like you'd basically almost have to like hard fork it and like make it like you have to by a certain date like claim your fork, if that makes sense, right? Yeah. Which is weird to think about.
Yeah, and like, I'm not somebody who understands Bitcoin at the technical level deeply, so I don't know if this is like true, false, possible, or what I'm saying like even makes sense. But yeah, I just wanted to share that like thought. And I think I saw somebody say it, like essentially like, yeah, Satoshi, if it is an opt-in scenario and you're staying on the same chain and you're not forking, like that's a lot of tokens of Bitcoin that could be potentially
eventually like, yeah, hacked. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's definitely a potential issue. Yeah. I think it's definitely upgradable, right? Because I mean, like when Bitcoin first started out, there wasn't even seed phrases. Like, so they eventually added seed phrases in. I'm not smart enough to understand all this, but I'm sure you can upgrade the biggest blockchain in the world to. Anyways, we're talking about quantum computing.
Yep. Anything else you want to talk about to round out the week? What are you watching for? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Yeah, man, great question. I mean, I'm loving to see like Donald Trump went up 27% right now. What did he tweet out about it?
Trump just now?
Yeah, it's like it has like it's like first like up in price that like actually looks like a directional like up. I know that sounds like it's since like January. So maybe that found a bottom. That's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, we're still kind of like in the chop. I'm not really playing the trenches much. Trenches have been like, I don't know, weird to me. I know some people are making money, having fun with it, but I've just been working, staying out of that. Everything's chopping right now. I got some cash. One thing I know for sure, and this is what I'm trying to focus on, right, is I know that every year in crypto, there's at least 2 to 3 plays that are like the moneymaker, right? As opposed to like trying to do this thing where like you're always looking for something. What's the thing I can do now? What's the thing that I can do right now, right? Which is like kind of like an addict's mentality. Like I need a hit, I need a hit, I need a hit, I need a hit, right? And instead being like, can I this year get good at just sitting back and being patient? And the hardest part is this, being able to identify something, right, that then becomes a trendy play. So like if we look at 2024, right, you had kind of old guard meme coins do some real big runs, right? You had old guard meme coins do a big run. You had like the pump fun meta really take off, right? And I'm sure that you could argue like if you were into like pump fun's been around for a while, but it really took off last year, right? And I'm sure there was like a shit ton of money to be made during that period before the tooling got really good, right? Then you had AI in November, right? Which was massive, right? When did Fantasy Top come out?
I want to say it was March of last year. It wasn't right when Blast. It wasn't right when Blast launched. It was like a little bit afterwards.
But that was a hot one too, right? And then if you like look at 2023, like what did we have with 2023? We had like friend tech, right? Like if you identified friend tech, because everyone like compresses their timelines, but how friend tech actually worked was like it launched, some people talked about it on the timeline, it pumped a little bit, it completely died for like 5 days, and then it violently ripped up, right? And then you had like a beta play with like Arena, right, coming out, right? But like what else in 2023? You had like the Pepe long, right? You had like Mog and stuff like that in like November of 2023. October of 2023, you had gaming. So if you longed Prime or if you longed Ronin or you longed like Super, you fucking absolutely cooked, right? And so like when I've looked back at all of these like different times, there's people spend so much time kind of just spinning the wheels, and you can almost drain yourself spinning the wheels. And also when you're spinning the wheels, you take like your info compression down to like the minutia, right? And you lose like the bigger picture. Yeah, eBrink said, yeah, last year hype, right? Bachelor Society said whiff, right? T-Dub said 2023 we had ordinals, right? Bitcoin Wizards airdrop. We had like OMB absolutely cook, right? Like my buddy made 3 Bitcoin in 2023 off of ordinals. 3 Bitcoin and held it, right? So that's now $300,000, right? Like that was a fucking cook. And that was like a 15, 21 day window, right? So what I'm trying to do this year is like, can I just sit back and like fucking chill and not have this inert desire to go spin the roulette's wheel, right? You know what I mean? And like think that I'm doing something where I could make money, right? And instead like sit back and be like, okay, this year, what I know for sure, regardless if the market chops, regardless if the market goes to the fucking moon, regardless if the market dumps, there's going to be 2 to 3 big opportunities this year. Can I like sit back, not form preconceived notions of something where like a new thing, human nature is to not like new things? Oh, that's dumb. Friend tech? Oh, that's dumb. That's been done before. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Mog, oh, that's not that funny. Or like Pepe, there's already been a Pepe meme, right? Like if I can work on that, like you hear something and you FUD it in your brain, and instead if you just sit back and you're just like, the play's gonna fucking come to me. I'm just gonna keep tabs on crypto Twitter, right? I'm gonna see when something pops up. Can I fucking identify that and be like, hey, this could be one of the 3 plays of the year? And then can I fucking get in, right? Like if you were following ICO Beast in November, right? And like another guy, Legendary, in November, right? They got in super early. They were getting into like AI XBT like at 1 million, right? And I'm not even saying you catch it that early, but if you had been just listening to them, and even by like mid-November, you're like, AI's the play. AI's the fucking final play of the year. I'm going to go buy fucking AI XBT. I'm going to go buy virtuals. I'm going to go buy fucking Vader. I'm going to go buy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Those were what? 3, 4, 5, 10 X's, even if you were relatively a couple weeks late.
Right. But the thing is, you need to buy late and you need to have conviction as well.
You have to have conviction. But is it easier to have conviction if you're not like burning out your confidence level, trying to chase things every couple of weeks, right? Like if you have an 80% hit rate, you can be a lot more confident to size in on something, right? Than if you're a 55% win rate person, because you're just always fucking spinning the wheel. So that's my 2025, what I'm going to do, right? And part of that is just having an open mind and being accepting of like anything. Like even think about this one. I was talking to my buddy the other day. You remember ENS domains?
I do.
Right? And that was such an easy thing to be like, this is dumb. You know what I mean? Like people were speculating on like .eth things. Dude, fucking someone in the audience, correct me if I'm wrong. 4 number ENS domains went to like over 20 Ethereum.
Yes. It has to be right.
Yeah. And that was like bear market or like very tail end. Like when was that taking off? Was that 2022? Was that like Q1 2022, or is that like later in 2022 when things like died out?
I'm going to go highest last sale on ENS domains. Find some of these and look when they're sold. That's
and see when it happened. Like 000 would be a great one because we know that was like during the
000.eth sold for 300 ETH 3 years ago. January 3rd, 2022.
So this was popping off after the market popped.
Yes.
Because the market popped in May. That's when Luna collapsed, right?
Well, 2022. This can't be.
You're saying 2022, right?
Yeah, 2023 was when Luna collapsed, right?
No. Luna, I remember where I was when Luna collapsed. It was May 2022. Because I bought PXN and that shit went down 90% in 5 days.
Maybe this isn't a good example. Because like that might have just been an outlier. Because I think these popped up before that. Yeah, I mean, I guess they were selling 25 WETH, July 2022.
See, that guy flipped that shit for a 3 fucking X, bro. In the bear market.
Right. Because they minted 2021. Then there was the ENS airdrop. And then these things cooked, I think is what happened.
Yeah. So anyways, my point being, bull, bear, PXN got anime collection. Did you get it? Fuck no. Did I sold that shit? Tax loss harvesting. Yeah, so that's my play this year, man. Is like I'm like holding my majors, I'm holding the alts that I like, but with my cash sitting here, I'm just gonna be like, dude, do I try to spin the wheel and just find something? Like I have to always be trying to find something, or do I wait? If there's 3 big plays this year, if I can hit 2 of them and size into them well, that's gonna be a fucking great year for me. You know what I mean? I don't need to be the guy with 3,000 trades on Pump Fund this year to make a lot of money. And it could just be a Pump Fund coin. Like someone fucking launches a Pump Fund coin and I can catch it at 50, but that's such a rotation narrative, right? There's going to be narratives that emerge this year. Can I hit them? And can I size into them? That seems just a very peaceful, blissful life. What the fuck's relax? I don't know if it's one guy spamming relax and trying to FOMO me in, or if it's different people. But what is the relax token? Okay, it's one guy spamming relax.
Oh, just on like the timeline.
Yeah, I keep saying there's no. In the comments, I'm like, here 2 or 3 big years. And this guy's like, exactly, relax, dog fit. What Kix is talking about. Then he comes back in, man. Kix making me feel bullish on relax. I'm underexposed. Like, dude, what did I just say, dude? I said 2 to 3 plays a year,
and he's like,
and you're telling me this is it?
I looked at this token the other day.
Maybe it is. See, this is what I do to the 2 or 3 big plays a year is I fucking hate them right out of the gate. So box 1 checked.
Yeah, Frank down bad on relax. I looked at this the other day. It's just a dog, or a relaxed looking dog. I'm not in this. I won't be getting in this. Famous last words. I was looking at this wallet. Look at all these ENS domains. This is one wallet. He bought all these. He bought this one for 25 ETH. Like
bought these all cheap as hell too. He could have been farming out. So someone said in the chat that the 4 number ones were going for a couple of ETH. And it was the 3-letter ones that went absurd. They went to fucking lots of money. Lots of money.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, so they're going for like one ETH a piece.
Right now?
No, this is what he's buying them for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The 3 digits that went nuts. Here's a 756. What do you buy this one? This guy has a bag of these ENS tokens though. 7.6 ETH.
He could have sold that for 50.
Yeah, he front ran the bull market on this one and didn't sell.
Yeah, so I'll be different than this guy in the fact that I will sell it. Yeah,
it's at some point that you have to realize how silly it is. Like, so like there's two components to what you've been saying. Like 3 components. Identify early or early enough, have the conviction, and then know when to sell. So like know when to sell and have conviction are just at odds at all times too. Because like, is it 2x? Is it 5x? Is it 10x? Like when do you sell?
Totally.
While having conviction. So tough.
But here's my point. Let's say I have 100 grand, right? And I'm like liquid that I want to catch a play with. And I'm going to put 50K in on like when I find it, right?
Yep.
I'll take a fucking 4x to 200 and sell it and never look back. And if it goes to 400K, I'm going to know, which is in the history of time, how has it always played out? We just looked at ENS domains. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
A lot better to sold that 7 ETH buy for 21 and been the guy that's like, oh, it went to 60. Could have sold it for more. And now they're worth an ETH and you're down. You know what I mean? So I'm totally fine hitting 2 plays this year, put in 50 on them, turn them into 200.
Retail's here.
Retail's here, dude. Well, retail wants to play roulette. I'm not sure I want to play roulette.
Here it is.
Look at that.
Pump Fund mobile app from Pump Fund. The best way to trade all memes. Lana. Create coins for free.
That's
buy
awesome.
Coins lightning fast. Create watch lists, manage your portfolio, and much more. Download the app now on iOS and Android. So this has been like kind of around for a little bit, but this looks like their official announcement.
That's cool. But do they have onboarding into the app?
I don't know.
It's not intended for UK. What about US?
No, just not UK. They have some issues with the UK,
but not the US. I love it.
Yeah, there's something going on with them in the UK. Maybe they're based out of the UK, or there's regulation issues.
I gotta love crypto. Like you just can't operate in the place you live, but everywhere else,
yeah, you're good to go. I'll try to see if there's like an onboarding option that they show here. on their UI, but I'm not
Yeah, at
seeing.
least like their UI is better than their fucking website UI, where you like can't even like tell like if something's trending or something like that. It looks like they're putting. They know retail's coming via mobile apps. That's how my buddy trades. He trades on a Phantom mobile app, right? So, I mean, it's a smart business move.
Yeah, I mean, I think until you get like trading.
It's just will people get onboarded through that than like Phantom, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I love the BullX mobile app too much. So I think it's just too easy.
Oh, me too. That's how I trade.
But it's like the issue is that like you get good data, but like not the same level, and it's harder to navigate than via web. So like you do have everything at your fingertips, but like it's harder to like.
Yeah, I'm a big net loser on mobile.
Yeah, so I love
my P&L on mobile is disgustingly bad.
Yeah.
My P&L on desktop is cleanly positive, but it's been offset by like I've had 4 IPAs and I'm on the couch and I'm like, let's see what's happening on Pump Fun.
Yep, exactly. Or you wake up at 2 a.m. You're like, oh, damn, I put my token 2x. Let's just sell this real quick from bed. And we wake up and it's now 10x. Damn, we've been running 80 minutes today on the closeout of Ray and Kicks.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. I've got to jump now though. So thank you for hanging with me these last couple of days while the crew's been in Paris. Kicks. It's been
a blast, man.
Thank you everyone in the audience for listening. We'll kick off another week tomorrow. We're going to be going strong. Thanks again for listening. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Apple. Watch us back on YouTube. See you all later. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you on Monday.
Have a great weekend. Later, everyone.